Alright, so this will be the bottom territory, usually opened in Phase 1. We opted to preload it this time, so it is Phase 2, Territory 1, and going to be running a CLS Rebel Squad. I was going to say pretty straightforward, but it's only straightforward after you basically get the gist of how you're supposed to do it. Ignore the B2s, the counterattacks will kill them. Always kill Droidekas and kill B1s. B1s are probably the most dangerous because you can't counterattack those, but you still need to control the Droidekas. We'll get this show on the road. We'll go over the mods at the very end. They are a little specific, but it's the same concept throughout the entire team, basically. And let's let her rip. First wave is always the same. It is 1 spy, 2 soldiers, a B1, and a Magna guard. Always go after the B1. And I am going to take an extra pot shot here. Bye-bye, Bink. Not a lot of reason to do much else. Just trying to get my Chupio and 3-0 to pull the spy out of stealth. Once the spies are out of stealth, they're very not dangerous at all. So we have blind on everybody. The only person here that can do damage to me is actually the spy. His attacks cannot be evaded, so can't be evaded at the very bottom. And this ability can't be evaded, so he is still by far the most dangerous person. I am going to call Han. Han's basic removes turn meter, so spy hopefully doesn't get to take a turn. It doesn't look like he will. I am going to stun the Magna Guard here. I would prefer him not to taunt. Could wind up causing him a taunt, but... And no worries. Now we just basically clean this up. There should be no way I take any damage from anybody here, but... You can just see me hitting the targets with more turn meter. That's the general gist of it, really. Surprisingly, this ability is great and all. It's really good outside of the territory battle. It ramps up. It's great when you can use it. I'd rather not use it right here than be stuck behind the Magna Guard, so I'll just hit this guy in the face. And last but not least is this guy. Now, and we can do it now because if he taunts now, it's like, okay, well, I still got to kill you anyways. First wave handled pretty easily, no problems. No Droideka, so B1's first. The snipers are scary, but we'll just control them. The B1 command battle droids are really annoying in a counterattack team. Hopefully they just don't get to take a turn. That's the idea anyways. We'll put so he can't get any buffs. Free shot. Remove turn meter. No Magna Guard, so can try taunting here. We'll blind. He did recover some protection though, but okay, looks decent. So we'll stun one and then remove turn meter from the other. And I'm not super worried about these guys when they're all by themselves. So Soldier's the only one that can possibly do damage. They all have translation. Call them all here, I guess. Kill the one that's slower. Maybe. And we'll basic out of this. Droidekas cannot take turns against this team because they will just one-shot somebody. We ignore the B2s because we just counterattack them to death. We will potentially blind everybody here. Here comes a free shot. We did not land blind on the battle droid. Kind of annoying, but blind on the BX. I believe, yeah, this one can be evaded. This is also be evaded. Blah, blah, blah. And that can be evaded, so he's blind. He's going to take whatever turn he does next. The person he called could potentially do damage, but less of a concern. I still want to kill the B1. It is primed. He was blinded, and this will kill the B1. Now we want to go after the Droideka. Should be pretty easy to kill. So the only person that can do meaningful damage is this guy right here. We'll stun him. He calls everybody to assist, which is not very nice. But just beating people to a pulp. This means I'm going to get the Genosies in the last wave. That's always a fun one. And surprisingly does take a little bit of getting used to in order to complete. It's probably overkill right there, but oh no, Kalani. Kalani is the easiest one of the bunch for this team. It is always kill Kalani first. After that, it's basically just clean up. Again, we're going to ignore the B2. We'll counterattack. I'm surprised it didn't proc there, but I mean, we'll stay on Kalani here. The Magna Guard's first turn, it'll cleanse the confusion. So it's less important to do it there. Here, I'll just get a follow-up attack, a little more damage. We'll take the heal here. We'll actually do less damage overall, but it turns out it doesn't even matter. We just killed the B1 here. Pretty good so far. We'll stun the Magna Guard potentially. Yeah, that works. Now we just kill everybody else now. Very easy. Really hard to mess this up, actually, when it's Kalani. Entirely possible, though, just by misclicks, not paying attention to turn meter, stuff like that. We'll go over the mods now. These are fairly good mods, but by no stretch of the imagination do they have to follow this to the T. As long as you're able to control the battle basically like that, using blind, stun, turn meter removal, you shouldn't have an issue with the actual combat mission. I do run speed on CLS. He is at 342. You can get by with 300 there. Critical damage, some of that is from his mastery. Probably crit damage triangle here. Yep. Offensive build, but 300. I guess we could probably just look at his offense total. But the exposes are doing most of the work for you, and then just denying damage altogether with blind and stun. Next is Chewbacca. A little bit of potency and crit damage. Stuns are useful. He does land tenacity down, not required for potency. Probably just the best mods I had, to be honest. Speed, not super important, but because he'll assist any guarded target quite a bit. Damage is good. We'll go Han, then C3PO. Again, crit damage. A little bit of speed, a significant amount actually, but he is also very utility based. Stuns, Terminator removal, shoots first, like all very, very good stuff for making the team tick. And C3PO, just fast, if I recall correctly. 277 plus the 20 speed, so 297. The 20 speed is from, oh, I don't remember which one. Did it wait for me? No point in looking at it, it's just, he gets 20 speed. And then 3PO and Chewie. This one is probably the most important one. I have him modded for super fast. Point being, like, he does a ton of damage, but you don't really use that damage all that much in the combat mission. His damage mitigation is so much more valuable by blinding targets, and when he assists, hitting the extra battalion stacks. It's one of the best things altogether. So while you could run crit damage, potency, all that, just as long as he's fast, that's kind of the takeaway. He'll do plenty of damage on his own, and when he's at the point where he's just one-shotting waves, like most of the waves are already gone anyways, and you're trying to utilize cooldowns more than anything else. So to each their own. You saw that run, very smooth. Didn't look like there was really any hiccups. May have got hit in the face a couple times, but not too bad altogether. Anyways, that's a wrap for the Rebels. Hopefully we'll see them next round. Slightly different setup. Thanks.